We're looking at the WDTV Play today. It's another small form factor media player similar to the Apple TV or the Roku. Western Digital's been at this for quite a while, and each generation gets better and brings some new things. As you can see from this packaging here, I make any TV smart, which of course is a sales pitch for lots of these guys. And you can see some of the apps that come preloaded: Hulu Plus, Netflix, Pandora, Vudu, Video on Demand, and YouTube. And there's many others which we'll get to. Inside the box, other than the streaming player itself and the remote, is a power adapter, of course, and a composite AV cable. But you will want to grab yourself an HDMI cable so you can do this all in high def. Now the box itself is, again, this small form factor. You can see it says Play, which is the name of this particular WDTV model. You can see Dolby Digital and HDMI above there. On the front, when it's playing, there's a little light when it has power. Other than that, it's pretty simple. On the side, you have USB where you can play your home videos and any images like JPEGs you have or whatnot, in addition to, of course, being able to stream that stuff from a NAS or a Windows computer in your house. On the back, left to right, you have power, you have AV, HDMI, Ethernet, and optical. And optical you don't always see on players in this size or price range, and it's a nice thing to have if you've got, you know, a tricked out high def kind of living room you're going to stick this in. The remote is an improvement over previous Western Digital remotes. It's a little more ergonomic, it's got a little more personality, and it's not quite so generic. It follows in the footstep of pretty much everyone else other than Apple right now with these sponsored buttons. On one hand, they're advertising. On the other hand, it's pretty convenient to be able to pull up Netflix or Vudu with a single click. There's a little rubberized blue strip that goes around the side, which makes it pretty grippy. It's good. And other than that, it's just a diminutive remote. So let's compare this to some of the other boxes. So that's the WDTV Play remote. Right here is the Roku LT remote, and you can see they're pretty similar shape and size. There's not a whole lot you can do to get crazy, I mean, other than sticking a QWERTY keyboard in here. So these are very similar. Now the box itself is also very similar. If you look at my collection of boxes here, we got the Vizio CoStar, which is Google TV, Roku LT, and here's an Apple TV, and they're all, you know, about the same size, you know, give or take. The Vizio's a little bit bigger and bulkier, but otherwise pretty similar. At the end of the day, this is going to be buried, you know, on your TV stand anyway, so the form factor isn't nearly as interesting as the UI and what apps come with it and the things you can kind of do with it. It's very unique and progressive in this space, and I'm going to show you that now. So now we're getting into the meat of the WDTV Play. With all these devices, you see app icons on the screen. However, unlike Apple TV, Roku, D-Link Movie Night, etc., this UI has a lot more going on and is more like a smartphone, like an Android smartphone. For example, here we have a weather widget. So when I'm hopping between apps, between Netflix and Vudu or whatever, I get a quick look, this glanceable information. In this case, it's weather. Down here, I dropped an RSS feed widget, and this has a rotating list of CNET's recent video reviews. Up top, you'll see there's the little Spotify icon right up there, and we're actually playing music. You can't hear it, I've got it muted, but the point is that there's more than one thing going on. This isn't a binary device like all the others. When you're between apps, you can be getting information from apps, or in the case of Spotify or some of the other music apps, listening. Also, all these widgets here, or all the app icons actually, they can be adjusted. You can take them off the screen. You can move them to a different location on the screen. This screen is obviously a little full. This is my favorites, but if you navigate over here to the left, you'll see a bar of categories that Western Digital has created for us. For example, this would be the video category. And you have a whole new screen of apps that you can customize. You can move these things around. For example, let's take this Sling player. Let's see about moving it. And we can put it anywhere we want. So not only can we customize, essentially the home screen, we have these additional category screens that we can customize, which is very different than what we see right now with Apple TV and Roku. There's a lot more customization going on, more of this smartphone experience. And as you can see, there's some trees back there in the background. That's one of the stock images. You can load up any of your personal images back there. So this is really a richer UI than we're used to seeing in these sub $100 boxes, and it's really innovative, and I think it's pretty killer. The graphics and the fonts are also better than what we've seen on a lot of these boxes, including Western Digital's previous attempts. So far, after just a few days with this box, we're really digging what it can do and how it presents the various apps.